Yo, what is up, guys? So we got a bunch of new Link monsters for a bunch of different decks coming out into the game. We got a new Evil Hero Link monster. We've got new Reptile Link monster. We've got Melodious Link monster. But more importantly, and you know what I really want to see, Konami? I would love to see us get a Crystal Beast Link monster. And if you guys agree with me, yo, drop a like on it so I know you Crystal Beast players are still out there, man. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out all these new Link monsters. So first off, we got Union Carrier, which is a light machine. Obviously, these are all going to be Link monsters, but effect, it's got a Link of 2 and 1,000 attack, and the zones are in the right and in the bottom. And it says 2 monsters with the same type or attribute. And it says you can only use this card's name effect once per turn. It cannot be used as Link material during the turn it was Link summoned. And then you can target one face-up monster you control, equip one monster with the same original type or attribute as that target from your hand or deck to it with this effect. It gains 1,000 attack, okay? If you equip a monster from the deck with this effect, you cannot summon a monster with that name for the rest of this turn. Oh, okay. So that's kind of unfortunate, but it still technically allows you to throw a lot of cards into the graveyard. Infinitrax should probably get the best use out of it. It would have been cool if it said hand deck or extra deck, then we can go into even crazier plays. But maybe that would make it too OP, but nonetheless, a great little card for a lot of different machine variant decks. I guess rank 10s can technically make use of this also. But the downside is that you can't use it as material. So then that card that you equip with it can't immediately go to the graveyard, and on top of that, you can't special summon the monster with that name for the rest of this turn. But I'm sure someone will figure out a cool combo with that. But anyways, oh, Ancient Gears also get a new Link monster? Wow, dude, I'm kind of surprised by that. Anyways, Ancient Gear Ballistic Shooter over here is an Earth Machine Link effect. With Link 2, 1,500 attack, and the zones are in the right and the bottom left, and it's 2 Earth Machine monsters, and it says you can only use these cards first and second effects once per turn each. The first effect is if this card is Link summoned, you get to add an Ancient Gear monster or Gear Town from your deck to your hand. Wow. And then you get to target one spell or trap you control and one face-up monster opponent controls, destroy the card you control, and if you do, the opponent's monster's attack and defense becomes 0 until the end of this turn. What? Okay, so as soon as it gets summoned, you get to go for basically Gear Town. If you want to, you can go for that other Ancient Gear monster, but then instantly you get to make something have 0, and then you get a 3,000 attack monster. Or I want to know, or what are the targets with this? Because I remember like a Yugioh Dragon was like the card, but at the same time you're making it 0 anyway. So that basically means I get to pop one monster, or basically get rid of one monster, and then on top of that, you're going to be able to get out 3,000 monster, and it's going to be direct attack, pretty much, because it does become 0. So you're getting rid of a monster, and it's free 3,000 attack. And on top of that, there's no like downside really with this card at all. I think this is going to be really good. Basically, Ancient Gears are going to get a huge buff with this new card, that's for sure. But I'm really more excited about the Extra Hero Hell Advisor over here. The name will definitely be changed in the TCG, I guarantee you. At first, when I saw this picture, okay, tell me right there that did not look like an Insector monster. I was like, dude, we had an Insector Link monster? I know we had Picofalania, but it still didn't make them good enough. Anyways, Dark Link effect, Link 2, 1,700, bottom left, and the bottom. And of course, 2 hero monsters, and it says you can only use this card's name effect once per turn. If this card is Link 7, you can reveal a hero fusion monster from your extra deck, and you can add up to 2 fusion materials with different names listed on it from your deck to your hand. You cannot special monsters during the turn you activate this effect except for hero monsters. And then fiend monsters, this card points to gains attack and defense equal to its level times 100. Okay, so small little effect. It's mostly being able to add up to 2 fusion materials, but I'm pretty sure you have to have the actual like cards. It can't just be like 1 hero plus this and to be like, okay, 1 hero plus like a water. You can't just be like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and add Stratos and like Deep Sea Diva. Like, I don't think that that's how it works. I think it has to specify that specific monster on it. So that really isn't going to be too insane at first glance, but there might be some other combos for any of you guys that remember some of like the more awkward cards. I'm gonna have to go look at it. There are a lot of insane heroes, but I think at the end of the day, what it's going to come down to is you adding those targets and then being able to go instantly from like any hero play into, let's say, Blaze Man, and then go add Paula, and then you could diffusion instantly and go ahead and make it. And the link zones are actually pretty good because you can go from Assault. You guys know I've been hyping up Assault forever, but you can go from Assault into this, and then you basically have that extra zone because you can put one card off to the other side of wherever you summon this card. Cool card nonetheless, but I don't know if it's going to be insanely broken or if So someone figured out some combo down below because I'm on that hero hype train right now. All right, next up, finally reptile support. You know, I was just talking the other day about reptiles and aliens. I feel like they are something that I think really needs some new support, but we are getting new reptile support. So this is reptile echidna. Oh, it's Knuckles. It should have been reptile echidna Knuckles. Anyways, dark reptile link effect with link 2 with 200 attacks. Stats pretty bad. Anyways, left and the bottom right, it says 2 monsters, including a reptile monster. It says you can only use this card's name first and second effects once per turn each. If this card is linked summon, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls, his attack becomes 0. And then during your mini phase, you can add a number of reptile monsters with different names from your deck to your hand, up to the number of monsters with 0 attack your opponent controls. Also, you can add special monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the deck except for reptile monsters. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because I was already thinking, like, I can just go Kage to Kage right into this, search out another card, and then and go off with it. Let me double check on this. I want to go. Yeah, it is a reptile. Okay, I gotta make sure. All right, so I'm already thinking about ideas when I see some of these cards. And if you guys want to see gameplay of these and you are new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on that bell, and you'll definitely see it very soon here because I want to see what actually is really good. All right, next up we got the Melodious one. So this is Bloom Harmonis, the Melodious Virtuoso, and it is a fairy link effect, light, link 2. 1000 attack, bottom left and the bottom right. And it requires 2 fairy monsters, and it says you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is linked summon, you can discard 1 card to special summon 2 Melodious monsters with different levels from your deck to zones that this card points to in defense position. Wow, that's insane. And you cannot special summon monsters to turn you activate this effect except for Melodious monsters. If a Melodious monster this card points to attacks, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. Wow, that is insane effect. For those of you guys that maybe didn't get to see the Melodious, they actually saw a decent amount of play for I don't know what reason. Most of the time, they would set up with like, it was like Aria and something. Let me go and actually mention it real quick here. So it was like a it was like a Aria, what was it? I remember, okay, so the whole goal was to go for Aria and another one. So when you summon Aria, it makes it so when this card is special summon, Melodious monsters you control cannot be targeted by card effects or be destroyed by battle. And then there's another one where it can't be destroyed by card effects. And this one lets you special summon. Well, once per turn, you can special summon another light fairy type from your hand, and then you can only go for light monsters. So, like, the downside of the card is not that bad, but someone will mention it. But there is another one where it makes it so it can't be destroyed by card effects. Maybe it's one of the fusion ones. But I know that that's basically how they would play. And now you're going to have easy consistency to try to lock your opponent out. Although the stats aren't very strong with the monsters, you can equip Moon Mirror Shield, maybe try to make it. I've seen people try to make an anti-meta variant where basically you try to make these little small monsters and you equip them with Moon Mirror Shield or Power of the Guardians and you just kind of beef them up over and over. But nonetheless, I think it is pretty cool that we're getting support for all of these newer, like, support for these older decks is really what I'm saying. Although I was really expecting this card, the extra hero card, to be a lot better. But nonetheless, I'm still happy. Looks like Ancient Gears is going to be quite good, like I mentioned before. But anyways, no need to rant on any longer. I want to see some gameplay of these. And if you guys are new here, like I said, hit subscribe, turn on that bell, and you'll definitely see it very soon. And if you guys want to send me any replays of these, I want to see you guys make these cards broken. But at the moment, I don't know if I would say any of these cards are, like, at first glance, insanely broken. The only card that I can really see easy use of is Ancient Gears. I mean, if you go to Duel Links, dude, there's so many people that still play Ancient Gears. That's just a popular deck, and I think this will be something that a lot of people will be playing with. I mean, you get to add anything, and there's no real downside at all with this card. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good one, and I'm signing out. Peace.